All right, good morning, future millionaires, stackers. If you're here on this channel, you already know what's going on, you already know what's up. The bull market is in full effect. Actually, today, crypto is crashing. And so people are already capitulating on the timeline, even though we're only down about 5%. And so if you're here today, you're here because you know that we are going to catch some degenerate gains. You know that we are going to absolutely make life-changing, and some may even say wife-changing or husband-changing gains this cycle. And I'm here as your steward, as your guide to take you through this bull market. I'm here really as a resource to you so that we can thrive together, so that we can have as much success as humanly possible. So if you haven't been here before, make sure to like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you want to see in the next video. My name is RPH, aka Ready Player H. I've been building businesses for nearly the past decade now. This is my third crypto cycle, and my job here is to make sure that you don't make the mistakes that I've made in the past, and that we can catch some 10, 20, 50, and dare I even say some 100Xs this cycle. And so we're gonna get right into it. We'll start off right off the bat looking at the crypto market. As you guys can see here, the crypto market is dumping. As you guys can see, we're down 5% or 4.4% rather in the last 24 hours here in the last day. Bitcoin is down 6.2%, ETH is down 8.7%, and as you can see, a lot of the top 10 are down. Dogecoin is holding. All you guys, all you degens are holding the line. AVAX is down a whopping 18%. And so as you guys may have remembered from the last video that we put up, dips at this stage in this cycle are bullish and therefore buying. You should not be thinking of them any other way. Actually, shout out to Elio Trades. He said this in one of his videos, and you know, the halving is in 19 days here, okay, or 18 days. How far are we? 17 days here. Time is warping. If you don't feel like time is warping, you're doing something wrong. You should be feeling like a time traveler, and your family, your friends, everybody should be concerned for your well-being because they don't know where you are. But the halving is 17 days away. And after the halving, the average cost to produce one Bitcoin is actually going to be increasing quite a bit. And so the cost for one Bitcoin is going to be $60,000 to produce, more or less. That means that anything under $60,000 is a steal after the halving. And the market is future pacing, meaning that it's gonna price things in. And that's why we've already seen such a parabolic rise. It also often catches everybody off guard, catches everybody off what they expect. And so that's why, again, you know, a lot of people expect that after the halving we'll see a boom. We've already started to see a boom beforehand. And so anything around $60,000, those are golden buying opportunities. When we look back a year from now, we're going to be kicking ourselves. Why were we not buying Bitcoin and all the other coins that we're bullish on during these prices? And by the way, this is not financial advice. This is pure entertainment. Everything that is said here should be seen as a joke, as fun, and we're just messing around. So without further ado, we're going to keep on going here. But these coins over here, like specifically Avalanche, right? Down 19%. That's a golden opportunity to start loading your bags and repositioning your portfolio in the places that you want to be. Actually, majority of the capital is still on the sidelines. There's trillions of dollars on the sidelines that is going to rush into the markets, both in Bitcoin and both in the S&P 500 and the traditional stock market. And even if you just keep in mind, you know, inflation from the last cycle to this cycle, you know, a $70,000 Bitcoin today is not equivalent to what a $70,000 Bitcoin was in the last cycle, simply because of inflation. And so we still technically, if you're looking at the monetary supply, and we can look at the M2 monetary supply to understand this, we're still not, you know, past all-time highs by that metric. Now you can see that we're down 5% in the global crypto market, 6% on Bitcoin, 8% on ETH, but the fear and greed index over the past 24 hours has only went down from 80 to 79, so people are still greedy. If this gets down to the 40, 30 range, again, you should be looking at those opportunities as golden opportunities. We want pullbacks like this. It extends the cycle and it gives us a chance to make more money. Again, I'm RPH. You know, this is my Twitter at ReadyPlayerH. Again, I've been building businesses for nearly the past decade. This is my third cycle. Co-founder of Steady Stack over here. And if you can also see over here, I got my Pudgy Penguin. Shout out to Pudgy. I got a lot of goodies over there. And so steady stack is definitely the place to be if you want to win in a cycle like this. But, I'm also judging, shout out to Forbes, shout out to the OC100, shout out to Animoca Brands. I'm currently judging OC100, which is a competition for creators to really empower people inside of Web3 alongside amazing people like Yatsu, Brian D. Evans, Virtual Bacon, Ray Chan, countless other thought leaders in the space. And so definitely give everybody a follow. And everybody who I showcase in this video as well, you should be following as well, because I want you guys to be following the right accounts. I want you guys to be taking the right actions and know where to look so that you can be a part of the action. Steady Stack is a place like that so that you guys can actually make sure that you maximize this bull run. I mean, over the past few months, I've seen, well over $10 to $20 million be, made, whether that's in paper or realized gains for our community. And so the first thing is first, we got to understand, why is this dump happening? So shout out to Wizard of Soho. He's always putting out amazing insights. And so you should definitely hit him with a follow. But he said, this is why the market is dumping, FYI. And so you can see he put here 2 different charts. Okay. And you can see in the comments, he also said this is a buying opportunity though. Okay. And so over here, he's putting the indexes. Oh, and on the next chart, he's putting the June Fed rate cut odds. And so basically this, of course, the market is going to correlate. And again, the market is forward thinking. So you have to think that all the news that comes out, it's priced in. The only way something isn't going to be priced in is if the news isn't out yet. And that's, again, why you need to surround yourself in the places where you can be getting news before it even comes out, because that's ultimately how you're going to be more on the inside and really be able to trade better than everybody else. And so you can see here that the Fed rate cut odds decreased. And so if the Fed rate cut odds have decreased, that means that it's going to be a less easy market for the markets to be moving upwards. It makes it tougher for price to be moving upwards when interest rates are higher. And so when interest rates get cut, we see the markets go up. When interest rates stay high or they go up, we see the markets come down. And so that's something that you guys should always be looking at and paying attention to. And so we can understand that this is the reason why the markets are dumping. But again, it's a buying opportunity. This is a short-term dip, and you should be looking at these opportunities as buying. Again, another great tweet by Wizard of Soho. Basically, ISM manufacturing data showed a big spike in inflation. Bond market repriced rate cuts. Less chance of 3 rate cuts. It's also illiquid Monday market with holiday weekend, etc. That reprice obviously hit Bitcoin as it's run by macro a lot now, meaning that Bitcoin is moving with the market. If rates are not going to come down, it's going to make it harder for Bitcoin to climb. This is something that you guys should be looking at because, again, he says in the comments, a buying op probably. And he's not wrong. Anything near $60,000 for Bitcoin, you guys should be enthused. Personally, I know that I'm taking advantage of dips like this. The most millionaires, at least in the next 6 months, are going to be made with IDOs, okay? And an IDO, if you don't know, it's an initial direct offering, very similar to an IPO. Okay, and there's a very famous billionaire investor. If you guys don't watch the All In podcast, amazing insights on the market on a weekly basis. I watch it every single week. It's one of the only shows that I consistently keep up with. And again, I want to put you guys on game to everything that I'm watching so that you guys can really be ahead of the curve with all of the alpha. And so Chamath Palihapitiya, he says in the All In podcast many times that majority of the money is made with venture capitalists who are investing before tokens or stocks or anything is actually even on the market. Because IPOs, IDOs, when things go on the market, actually IPOs all the way back in the day, 100 years ago when the Rockefellers, had even created the stock market. And the people who created the stock market, they created it as an opportunity to raise capital and to be able to get retail money in so that these companies could bring in more money. The people who make the most money always in any market are the people who are getting in before a stock or a crypto or anything is even public. And so over the next 6 months, the golden opportunity here is to get in on IDOs. That is the alpha. I'll show you guys here that, ZSS Becker, another guy that you should absolutely be following, been following him for a very, very long time, and it's paid off plentiful. He says here, the biggest alpha in the market is dull and hesitant right now. Actually, we're in a dip. We are heading into 2 to 3 months, which I think it might even be a little bit more, of the best IDOs and new coin releases ever in gaming and AI. I would even add one more sector to this, which is RWA. I think after gaming and after AI, RWA, which is real world assets, is going to absolutely boom. And why do I say this? Because if you look at the market cap of gaming and you look at the market cap of AI, AI is significantly bigger than gaming, but even bigger than AI are real world assets. I mean, just go look at the real estate market. Real estate is the largest economy in the world. And so if you just look at TAM, which is total addressable market, it'll give you a really good indicator. And by the way, everything, if you believe in crypto, everything is gonna be tokenized. Everything is going to be on the blockchain. BlackRock just bought 1% of Bitcoin over the past year. And there's Larry Fink, which is the CEO of BlackRock, continuously telling everybody that they are investing in the future of a tokenized future where stocks are gonna be tokenized, bonds are gonna be tokenized, because it just allows people to get in, and it also hinders, sketchy shit from happening, more or less, because everything is public on the blockchain. And so RWA is actually going to be the biggest sector. And I think by the end of the cycle, people are really going to understand that. So again, another piece of golden alpha here is, if you're watching this, look early into RWA, because you want to be early. You don't want to be late. And so you can see this will leave these at easy 3 to 10x buys when the market heats back up. Here's my list of both sectors and games. Bloodloop, Games GG, Chronoforge, Pixelmon, My Pet Hooligan, Gamein, Xborb, Rumble Kong League, Mochaverse, Gunzilla, Treeverse, Skillful AI, GPU.net, DOP, Nook AI. And he says that the best places to get exposure to these things are here. And another amazing place to actually get exposure to these IDOs and launch pads is actually SteadyStack. So if you guys don't know SteadyStack, you absolutely should be looking into it, because you will be catching opportunities that you really wouldn't be able to catch elsewhere. And so here's SteadyStack for all of you. It's actually the most affordably priced out of all the options that Becker has mentioned. You can see here that also Seedify, Bytes, Citus, Paid, those are also places that you guys can go. But I completely agree with this list, and I actually have some more that I would add here, and especially I'd be looking at RWA. The ones that stick out to me are Bloodloop is gonna cook, Games GG's infrastructure definitely gonna cook, Chronoforge gonna cook, Pixelmon, I think this one's gonna be huge. They're doing amazing things. Their founder is amazing. My Pet Hooligan, they're doing things with gaming and AI. That one's gonna be huge. Gamein has already launched. It was about a 10x on launch plus. And then I think Rumble Kong League is actually a sleeper here that not enough people are paying attention to, which I think is absolutely going to kill it, because a lot of people just think that they're an indie game, but they're not. The alpha here on Rumble Kong League is that they're actually an infrastructure play in an ecosystem that's going to be a lot bigger than just one game, which a lot of people don't know yet. And then Mochaverse as well, which is incubated by Animoca, one of the greatest VCs in Web3 at the moment. Gunzilla is going to be huge. Treeverse is going to be banger. Skillful AI is looking like a W, and then GPU.net is a very strong one as well in AI and DeepIn, which again is a very strong sector. Now, if you look at another list like this, which I posted, there's a few other games that I think are absolutely going to cook, right? Engines of Fury, Play Ember, Valeria, I think is going to cook. Block Games, which I think Becker also mentioned in his comments here, also adding Block into the sector, duh. Now, the reason why Block Games is absolutely cooking right now as well, one, they have, it says Block Games is a cross-chain, cross-game decentralized player network. They're doing amazing things. One, I know their team, they're doing amazing things. But number two, you can see the $ Block. If you're a small account and you're trying to make a lot of money out of very little, you should be looking for all the airdrop farming campaigns humanly possible. And Block Games is one of those companies that if you just look here, everybody on Twitter is farming it. And so although for some people it can get a little bit annoying, we had another one of these, Portal Coin, where I know people who made 6 and 7 figures just by farming, not even putting $1 in. You guys should also be looking at doing things if you're a small account and farming. Probably, hands down, the best way to make sure that you can make a lot of money out of almost nothing. So if you have a good work ethic and you're glued to your screen 16 hours a day, which you should be if you're in this market, that's an opportunity for you. Farm opportunities like block games, Valeria. And then in AI and DeepIn, I'd add Aether, I'd add Hybrid, I'd add Kip Protocol, Peak. And in RWA, which I think is extremely early, I'd be looking at Lingo Coin, I'd be looking at EstateX, I'd be looking at Steady Stack. And then there's some other opportunities here as well. I think Kibi is definitely going to be cooking. And again, some of these may 10x, some may 100x, some may go to 0. And so make sure that you guys are doing your own research. And if you guys want, I can get into some of these specifically one by one. You just need to ask for it in the comments below. And again, make sure that you subscribe, make sure that you like, make sure that you comment, because if you guys like this comment, I will continue to put it out. Now, I put out another tweet, and if you're not following me on Twitter, you absolutely should, because that's where the alpha goes first. Seeds you plant now are the ones that are gonna pay you in 3 to 6 months. You're not gonna put in money now. You might make some gains in the short term, but the real gains, the 10x's, the 100x's, they come by planting the right seeds in conviction, waiting in the right spots, and the way you get access to this stuff is you have the right people that you follow, like I'm showing you here. You're in the right communities like Steady Stack, and you wait. So IDOs are actually gonna make the most millionaires this cycle, in my opinion. I think there's gonna be tons of opportunities for NFTs as well. And I say that because if you look at the search volume, we're rock bottom right now. We're so early to NFTs this cycle, it's not even funny. But feel late to gaming, watch RWA closely. You can see, Steady Stack and communities like that, they have launch pads. They're really sexy. They're a lot of fun. Base is really hot right now. That is essentially the layer that Coinbase is building. And of course, Coinbase has one of the most users out there in all of crypto. And I think that this is going to be a huge narrative this cycle. And so I'm putting it on your radar early is Base. Make sure you're watching Base. When crypto rips, we see where money is flowing. And then when it dips, it's your opportunity to reposition your portfolio based on the things that you saw previously. And so you can see here, Trade the Flow posted, there has been a notable shift towards Base. And so Base is something that I would watch. And even just, looking at the crazy meme coin season on Solana, Base looks like it's gonna be very promising. And of course, if Coinbase is the largest exchange and they have the most users, or one of the most users, one of the largest exchanges, then Base is destined to do pretty well, especially as retail comes in. And by the way, retail is not in. I talk to Web2 investors every single day. There's trillions of dollars on the sideline, and most people are still traumatized from FTX, Celsius, and other opportunities where they bought into exchanges, they lost all their money. I know that happened to me my first cycle. Just got rugged with money on exchanges and never saw it again. And so a lot of people are still on the sidelines. So if you're watching this video again, double down, triple down, quadruple down, because this is the time to make life-changing gains. Now, another tweet by Ansem, and by the way, you should be following all of these accounts, is, bro, if that Coinbase smart wallet integrates with all chains and let anyone with a centralized exchange account easily buy altcoins on chain, the silliness of retail mania is gonna be unheard of. I completely agree with this take as well. As you can see, a lot of people do, 4.2 thousand likes. And so again, I would be looking at Base if you're early here. Now, another thing, as I was saying earlier, NFTs are very early. I mean, we hit, and NFTs always lag. They're gonna lag the crypto market, because people will only start aping into NFTs once they have, you can bleep this out, fuck you money. Right now, we haven't seen enough FU money created, but as people make FU money on Ethereum, that money is going to rotate into Ethereum NFTs. We saw it with Bitcoin and Bitcoin ordinals. When Bitcoin ripped, because it ripped before everything else, a lot of money flowed into Bitcoin ordinals. And we saw amazing gains. And again, if you followed me on places like Twitter, you would have caught opportunities like Node Monkeys very early and made a killing on them. Something to keep in mind is that everybody on the timeline is acting like NFTs are dead. This is what Titan Inc. says. Everyone on the timeline is acting like NFTs are dead and never coming back. When people act like things are dead, even though they have strong narratives, that's when you should be looking at it, because NFTs are not dead. They're furthest from dead. Actually, NFT NYC is around the corner. And the strongest thing about NFTs is actually the communities behind them. They're supercharged communities. There's nothing like it. And we're actually holding a couple events for NFT NYC. One of them is with Forbes, Magic Eden, D-Gods, Sharky, and Pulsar. Another one is actually with a whole slew of different sponsors, including VFriends, Bodoggos, Pudgy Penguins, Rumble Kong League, D-Gods, OK Bears, Magic Eden, Forbes Web3. This one's gonna be huge. And then also the DGen Yacht Party with Magic Eden, which again, Magic Eden has been killing it. They're the #1 marketplace in the world now, especially in my eyes. And I think they're gonna continue to do that, do great things. And so I would definitely be doing all of your buying of NFTs on Magic Eden. But beyond that, the IRL events are gonna go absolutely crazy. So when there's blood, that's when you should be buying. When people are saying things are dead, even though they're not, that's what you should be buying. And so I think NFTs are gonna be providing tons of 10x plus opportunities. And I'll cover a couple of them that I think are just no-brainers just because of the value that they offer beyond the communities. The communities are strong, but the value that's offered within those communities is also very strong. And so money moves around to different verticals in crypto and always comes back. I would definitely give Titan a follow off of this. This is a banger tweet. And then Vo also tweeted, coins then NFTs, let the cycle. And so what you gotta understand, she's exactly right. You know, it always goes coins then NFTs. And actually, if you look at the entire rotation, and this rotation happens a couple times. So if you follow this rotation, you're gonna be able to do very well. And so it goes Bitcoin, ETH, and by the way, ETH, huge opportunity with ETH because the Ethereum ETF isn't even out yet. And the same thing that happened with the Bitcoin ETF and Bitcoin with the price action going up and to the right, ETH is gonna go up and to the right too. I mean, it's a no-brainer. People say that ETH's dead. Yeah, Solana's gonna do amazing and probably outperform by gains. AVAX is gonna do amazing and probably outperform by gains. But Ethereum is not dead. There's too much happening on the L2 that it's not dead. And so you gotta let the cycle, and you should be playing the cycle. You should be playing the game. Those Bitcoin, Ethereum, top 10 altcoins. And then it goes into all the wider altcoins. And then it goes into meme coins. And then what happens after meme coins? NFTs. And so let the cycle. Another amazing follow, Decentraland. I would absolutely be following him. He called this out all the way in January 11th. He's absolutely right? Been waiting 2 years to bull post ETH NFTs. I'm in the same boat, but the time is almost upon us. He thinks it's in summer 2024. I think it could be summer 2024. That actually is a pretty strong guesstimate. So you don't have much time. You have a couple months. I'll be looking at NFTs and I'll show you a couple. I'll do more. If you guys want, whatever you guys want, put it in the comments. I'll give it to you. You just got to ask for it enough times. But gains will cycle from ETH and L2s into status symbols. They just will. NFTs are the greatest communities on earth. And so when people have fuck you money, they're going to let you know it. Pick a few winners and sit tight. And actually, especially NFTs that have token narratives with them. I think Decentraland posted something like this in the past. I've also posted stuff like this in the past. They're gonna do very well. And so I would be looking for those NFTs that are gonna have coins and find out if they are gonna have coins before everybody else. But anyways, ETH is gonna go up 2x easy from the ETF speculation and easing market conditions, which again, we had a decrease in the chance that we're gonna get rate cuts. So Bitcoin dumped. But once rate cuts do decrease, we're gonna go up and to the right. And so status JPEGs will have their moment. Have patience. Yoda, patience. And so a couple NFTs, because I said that, you know, I will talk about them. Ordinals have been absolutely popping off. I do think that they're in a cool down period. I think they may cool down a little bit more. So I don't want to talk about them too much right now, but I think ordinals are going to be massive this cycle. It just makes sense. It's one of the biggest innovations in Bitcoin history. And I think Node Monkeys is a no-brainer. You know, we might see this come down to 0.4. If we look at the chart here and we just zoom out, I think we're gonna come down to 0.4. We have a pretty strong resistance level where we're sitting right now at 0.5. I think we do come down to 0.4 where I'm a buyer at 0.4 and I'm an even bigger buyer at 0.35, 0.37. And if we come down to this resistance of 0.26, I'm a big buyer. Again, not financial advice, just something to look at. Now, a couple NFTs that I think are no-brainers. You know, if you have bigger bags, Neo Tokyo is a W. Pudgy Penguins, I think, is going to be the face of NFTs by the end of this cycle. Bored Apes and Mutant Apes have come down quite a bit. And then, you know, my personal favorite, you know, Pudgy Penguins were at 20 ETH. And of course, my personal favorite is going to be Steady Stack. I think Steady Stack is so ridiculously undervalued right now. I would definitely be looking at this, and I would be seeing, you know, what makes the most sense. And to close off, you know, Google Trends is your best friend. The trend is your friend. The trend is your friend. The trend is your friend. I'd say it a million times. So you can see NFTs have not even moved yet. Rock bottom. This is the time to be loading your bags and do your research. Bitcoin, you can see that Bitcoin has come down a bit, you know, from going all the way up to 52 down to 29. And at the same time of Bitcoin going down, you can see that ETH is going up. And so this, you know, this trend going up is a leading indicator to price, which price is always a lagging indicator. ETH prices are going to start catching up soon. It's still devalued relative to Bitcoin. And as you can see by the charts, I mean, ETH went down 9% when Bitcoin went down 6.5%. And so, you know, leading up to the ETF, it's like one of the easiest trades of all time in my opinion. But anyways, I would definitely be looking at IDOs over the next 2 to 3 months, because as Becker said, you know, these things are gonna rip, and these are like some of the best gains that you could possibly be getting in the market. And so I would surround yourself in areas where you can get access to this stuff. The cheapest entry is actually Steady Stack and the Stack ecosystem, but C-to-5 Bytes, Citus, Paid, also good places to go. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what else you guys want to see. I'll be making more of these if you guys enjoy. Like, comment, retweet, or sorry, like, comment, subscribe. I will be giving away some merchandise to anybody who, you know, is engaging regularly. Let me know down in the comments and we will ship you out some merch. And then also we will have giveaway over on my Twitter for one of our Steady Stack NFTs. So make sure that you follow the rules. It'll be on my Twitter when it goes live. And if you're not following my Twitter, it's a no-brainer to go there and make sure that you are following my Twitter. But you know, to everybody who's watching this is your chance to become a multi-millionaire, if not more. And this is your chance to make sure that you can flex on all the haters, flex on everybody who shat on you for believing in crypto and NFTs, because the time is coming where we just make absolutely FU money. And so if you wanna do that with us, if you wanna thrive together, if you wanna keep on taking W's, then what you're gonna do is you're gonna smash that like, subscribe, you're gonna comment, and we're gonna keep on crushing this bull market. I love you all. You guys are all amazing. And if there's one thing or two things that I could tell you is, number one, every single day, tell yourself you're blessed. And number two, tell your family you love them, because you never know how long they're gonna be around. Let me know what you want me to dive deeper on, because I will make this content for you. I love you all. Peace.